yellowy burned gold color. Is that the way to describe it? You're a burned gold color. Hey guys, welcome back. So I got Friday favorites and Fooeys for each day, and I have got some fun things to share with you this week, as always, but Timothy and I went out of town at the end of last week, so I have some kind of like vacation-y sort of favorites, and they were even sort of themed around like where we were and, you know, that type of deal. It'll make sense in a second, but just some fun things in that sort of arena. So yeah. Some fun things to share, some good things to share, some really good quality things to share. So let's get to it. Okay, so we went on vacation to Santa Fe, which is so pretty. I love Santa Fe. It's so artsy and historical and just fun. So technically it's in the high desert. So I brought my desert themed sort of palette with me. This is the Sahara by Face Candy. So I was just feeling like bringing this along and wearing these types of colors, and I did. And I really, really liked it. I mainly stuck with like the blending shades, like this one, Sand Viper, Dunes. I think I used a little bit of Sunburn in a look, and then also a little bit of Acacia. So mostly the mattes. Oh, and then also Hot Spell. I'm out of fingers here. Let me try to get that one swatched for you. So I was mainly going for the mattes, but this is just a really pretty warm, deserty themed sort of a palette. I really, really like it. I think the mattes are very nice and blendable. They are soft shadows. I do have a whole video where I review this one and also the Amazonia. That is a weird knuckle swatch. That one's like mountainous looking, like valleys and hills there. But I do have a video on the Sahara and also the Amazonia palette where I swatch them all, talk more about them. So check out that video if you want to see that. And then I also do a look in that video, like a little mini tutorial. But anyway, this one's just a super deserty sort of a palette. Did I even finish my thought? I really don't even know what I was originally saying. So who knows? But this is a pretty palette. I really, really liked it this week. That's what it looks like. Love those warm shades. Oh, I was talking about the formula. So they are soft shadows, and they do kick up a little bit of product in the pan, or a lot of product in the pan, and you do get a little bit of fallout, but not like unmanageable, unusable. It's still really nice quality. I mean, this packaging is so pretty, so good, weighty feeling. It like worked well in travel. We just drove there, so it was, you know, lasted fine in the car and did well, and it's just a beautiful palette and such an affordable price. I'm super impressed with it. My favorite of the two is the Amazonia, but I really did kind of fall in love with this one this week as I played with it more. I received this palette in the mail right before we left, and it was perfect timing because this is so good for travel. It is a big palette, but it's kind of one of those like most everything you need is in here sort of palette, so it's good for travel in that way. I didn't just bring this palette because I wanted to play with more makeup, so I brought other things with it, but this would have gotten a lot of things done with my makeup because it's got a lot of stuff in here. This is the OFRA Free Spirit palette, and it just released, so it's a brand new palette, and it's kind of a like everything in here together sort of situation, but it's got that kind of festival, free spirit sort of a vibe to it, so that's what I really like about it. I haven't played around with these colors yet, but I did play around with this shadow. I have that on my lower lash line, and this was a like surprise favorite in this palette because it's a really pretty, super yellowy gold. It's got this warmth to it. It's so pretty. It's got, I believe this is Blissful, and then this is the Beverly Hills highlight. I like to mix those. And then I also wore these blushes. I gotta get some of this swatched. Hang on a second. Okay, so here are some things swatched. So there are a couple of the shadows, so really pretty deserty sort of colors. There are the highlighters. I'm super impressed with the bronzer in here. That was kind of a surprise favorite for me. The bronzer and that shadow, I don't know why. I think they just weren't standing out to me at first, but once I used them on my face, I was like, ooh, I really like these. The bronzer is a really nice matte, kind of warm, neutral sort of a shade. So I think it's really versatile, but beautiful on the skin. It's easy to work with, easy to blend. It's just a great bronzer. And then I love the blushes. They are easy to blend, they're pigmented, they wear well. Absolutely no complaints about the blushes whatsoever. Really pretty shades too. That's a really nice neutral, and this is a really fun pinky shade. So I used them together today, wore them together several times. I do have something over them, but they're beautiful by themselves. So this is just a really nice have it all in there sort of a palette. So I love this thing. I think it's really nice, very versatile, and like I said, good for travel, good if you're a makeup artist. It's just a nice palette. A couple of my favorites this week are from my Ipsy bag. My Ipsy bag was really fun this month. So this was in there. This is the Hikari Cream Pigment, and this is in the shade Shine. So it says it's a cream pigment, but it's basically, I mean, from what I can tell, it's a powder, but it's a really like buttery, thicker metallic sort of a powder shadow. So I do have this on my lids today, and I wore this several times. It goes really well with the Sahara palette, and it's again got that kind of deserty sort of a feel to it. Is that not beautiful? That's amazing. We can just stare at that for a second because that is beautiful. It's just a really intense, super metallic, old gold sort of a color, like a deep yellowy burned gold color. Is that the way to describe it? You're a burned gold color, a really pretty burned gold color. I love it. It's so nice, really super pigmented. I mean, just a statement sort of a color. The day that we were leaving, we were trying to get on the road early, so I just put a little bit of bronzer in my crease and then this on my lid, and it just made this really pretty, intense gold look. I think golds are really pretty on blue eyes too. They're beautiful on anybody, but you know, a lot of times you hear blue eyes should wear coppers, and that's true. I mean, it's, you know, opposite of the color wheel, so it makes your blue eyes pop, but I feel like golds are really, really pretty on blue eyes, like really yellow golds. So this is that kind of a color, and I think it's just beautiful. So a really gorgeous color, really nice texture. I love these sort of little things. I mean, not, you know, beautiful packaging, but it's great for travel because it's lightweight and it just fits in a bag, and it's really good quality. So I love this little thing. This was a surprise favorite from my Ipsy bag. This was also in my Ipsy bag, and I love this thing. I really feel like this Dirty Little Secret Cosmetics is one of those kind of overlooked brands that's really good, because I was thinking through and I'm like, you know, I've gotten liquid lipsticks that I've liked from them. I have a blush that I love that I got in an Ipsy bag. So most everything that I can think of that I've gotten from this brand, I've been really impressed with. And this is no different. This is really, really good. This is the Baked Highlighter in Prosecco. And at first I thought it was cracked because it was kind of like there was powder everywhere, but it's not, like it's not cracked and it's not really moving. So I'm not sure where the extra powder came from. So I just kind of had to clean it up. I was really glad that it wasn't broken because I was going to be sad. So when I first got it, I was like, oh, this is a pretty pinky sort of a highlight, like a blushy pink kind of a highlight, like in between, basically a blush topper is what I'm trying to say. But when I put this on my face, like I liked it in a swatch, but when I put it on my face, I really liked it. I have a highlighter on with it too. I have some of the highlighters from the OFRA palette, but just like right on my cheeks right here is mostly this. And it just makes this really pretty, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to describe it. Like glowy, youthful, warm sort of a cheek. It's a pink, but it's got this like undertone of warmth to it. I don't even know if that makes sense. Like it's a little bit fiery, like a fiery pink, like a glowy, fiery pink. I feel like my descriptions are really strange today, but I hope that this makes sense because it's really, really pretty. And it blends well onto the skin, it wears well. So yeah, really good. Super impressed with this. I love this highlighter. So I use it as a cheek topper, like I put it basically kind of right on the apples of my cheeks and then blend it back, but mainly concentrating it right here. And I think it's just beautiful, like really, really fun. So Dirty Little Secret. I hope they kind of start popping up more places because they seem like they make good makeup. I've really liked what I've gotten from them. And then for lips this week, this pretty much lived in my purse and was totally my standout favorite. This is from the Merle Norman Spring Collection. This is the Lip Topper in Sugar Crystals. And this is just a beautiful, yummy smelling gloss. It smells really yummy. Like a MAC lipstick. It's very vanilla-y. It does have a brush sort of a applicator, which I'm fine with that. Like I really don't have strong feelings or preferences of doe foot applicator versus brush applicator for glosses. I really don't care. This works. It works just fine. It's a thick gloss. As far as formula goes on this, it is a thick gloss. It is kind of sticky, not super duper sticky, but on the stickier side of glosses. But it really does like stick around on your lips, really just makes them look nice and juicy and just pretty. It just makes glossy, beautiful looking lips. And I love this color. It's a mauve-y, pinky, nude, neutral sort of a color. And it's got a little bit of like a metallic sheen to it. So I think that kind of helps with the, you know, making your lips look a little plumper. It doesn't say it's any kind of like a plumper or anything like that, but just the look of it, that glossy look, I think is just so pretty on the lips. But isn't that a gorgeous neutral color? Like when it's not in the light, it's just a beautiful neutral. And then when it catches the light, it's got that shine to it. So pretty. So I like this for multiple reasons. I like the color of it. I think it's very nice and neutral and versatile. I really like the scent on it. It just smells so good and like vanilla, sweet candy, just a yummy scent. And I like that it's got a little bit of stick to it. So it does really stick around on your lips for a good amount of time. So loved this. Wore it basically every single day this week. And then of course I have to say that jewelry would be my other favorite for this week because I did a lot of jewelry shopping in Santa Fe. I mean, that is like the place to go handmade jewelry shopping. It's just, oh my goodness, it's just like a gold mine of beautiful jewelry. So I had a blast picking out jewelry, but most importantly, I had so much fun with Timothy, just getting away. So it was a great time. We had a great trip. So anywho, those are my favorites for this week. So hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. And let me know down below what you were loving this week or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.